It's coffee time.
Hello, good morning, good Saturday everybody. So my original plan was to spend the whole Saturday and Sunday doing my reading vlog for Survive the Night by Riley Sager. However, the workers decided to come today to put the new windows. Now, these guys have been working in these buildings since May and they've never ever worked on a Saturday. I had today completely planned of things that I had to do, but they decided, nah, let's mess it up for her. She's not dealing with enough already, so they decided to come on a Saturday to put the new windows in, which means there's a lot for me that I had to clean, and I have not been able to leave my house. It's currently 2 p.m. and yeah, they started at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I still have to go to the city to pick up some movies because they have today a buy 3 pay only 2 movies, and I had a couple set aside for me, so I have to go pick them up and get some groceries. So by the time I get home and I can start reading my book, it's already gonna be late, so yay for me. But I just wanted to update you guys on the situation. I know some people were confused, like, what do you mean you don't have windows? Yeah, they removed my old windows and they just covered it with something like wood and some panels, so no rain and nothing could come in. But I was living in darkness, in complete darkness for 3 weeks, which was really weird, especially because it's summer, so mostly it's just daylight outside until really late. But now we have light again. So it's still not fixed, as you can see, because the new windows are a little bit too far behind compared to the older one. The older ones were here, so somebody has to come to fix this difference. And now I have put this here myself just so that the cats don't try to go anywhere in any kind of hole and hurt themselves. Alright you guys, so I am in my car and I just wanted to quickly show you what I grabbed. I actually didn't get many movies. I have the feeling that now I'm really trying to grow my collection with movies that I already know that I like. So first of all, I picked up 3 things that my partner requested, which is the new editions for The Avengers, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther in the 4K steelbook. We do already own all the Marvel steelbooks, but we thought these ones were really pretty, so I picked these 3 ones for him. Then for me, I only picked 3 things as well, so 1 was free. I finally picked a copy of Near Dark, which is a really good vampire movie that I didn't own. It is in media book, so we love that. Then I picked a movie that we already also own, and that is Total Recall, but this is the new 4K steelbook edition with beautiful artwork, and this is one of my absolute favorite movies, so I had to grab that one as well. And the very last one that I grabbed is a movie that I really enjoyed, and I really want to rewatch it because I only watched it once in the cinema, and that is The Witch Next Door. However, when I watched it in the cinema, it was called The Wretched Ones, so I think it has 2 different titles. But anyways, I grabbed this one in media book as well. So those are the 3 things that I grabbed for myself. And now I'm gonna grab a couple of groceries and go back home. It's way later than I wanted it to be, so yeah, we'll see if I get to even start the book today. But yeah, at least I can start vlogging again, and my apartment has light again, so let's focus on the good things.
Many hours later.
Lily says she wants to say hi to kickstart the vlog. I know you're in pain because love hurts, I know. Yeah. Alright you guys, so it is Sunday morning and I have not slept very much. Now, my older cat, he has been crying a lot at night recently. I don't know if it's because we've been in the dark for 3 weeks and his, clock has been messed up and he doesn't know anymore what's going on. So I'm hoping throughout the next days it's gonna get better. So he's been waking me up all night, and also because I got new windows, I currently have no blinds like that I can use on my window, so I cannot make it dark, so whenever the sun rises in the morning, I'm up. So today, the event of the month, we're finally reading Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I wanted to read this one in the month of June, but it did come out on the 29th of June, and I can no longer pre-order books on Amazon, because if I pre-order a book, it doesn't come in time, it doesn't get delivered, it's a mess. So I just wait for the release date and order it immediately. So sadly it took a couple of days to come, and we were already in July, and I was like, whatever, we will just do this in July. So I waited until I had a day off from work, from life, so that I could just sit down, relax, and read the book. I do have, of course, things to do. I want to be a little bit productive, but I'm finally gonna get to this book, and I'm hoping to really relieving that 90s vibe. I know that Riley Sager posted a picture with like a Spotify list of songs, like a soundtrack that you can also listen to while you are reading the book. So I don't know if I will do that, because songs with lyrics tend to bother me when I'm reading books. If it's just like some music without any lyrics, just for the atmosphere, I can deal with it. But as long as there's lyrics, I have to sing them. Like, there is no stopping me. Now, when it comes to the plot, I have explained it so many times already on my channel, so I'm just gonna make it super quick and brief for those of you that don't know or don't remember. We are following two students that are going back home, and they are sharing a car, and one of them could potentially be a serial killer that has been, you know, murdering some people in campus. That is all I know, and I'm already hooked. I love just how Riley Sager chooses every time a different theme for his books, but I love the themes every single time and I'm here for it. So I'm gonna dive into this one, and I will let you guys know my first thoughts. Sadly, I can no longer just drink coffee anytime, anywhere, because of my Invisalign, so I am currently only drinking water. And when I have my window to have my breakfast, what I do is I chug all the coffee that I can. So yeah, very classy at the moment. Alright guys, update after 1 hour nap. So I was falling asleep so hard because, like I said, I didn't really sleep last night at all. So I just decided to take a 1 hour nap, which I never do. I never nap during the day. It's not really my thing. But I had to take 1 hour nap just to see if I can survive the day. See if our characters survive the night and I survive the day without sleep. So I'm here now to bring you my first thoughts on the book, and of course I am loving it so far. I am currently in page, hold on, 46, and I really like it. So while my coffee is brewing to take my first eating break of the day, I am here to let you know my first thoughts and impressions on the book. The writing, it is something that I absolutely love from Riley Sager. It is a fast-paced writing that it is very immersive. Like, I'm already in there, in those rooms, in those places with the characters, and that's part of what I really like his stories. And there's always something off going on from the beginning in his books, and you cannot quite grasp it yet. And at some point he might reveal something, but normally it's really at the end where you get the big punch. And that's why I always love from him as well, that you always have this feeling something's off, but you cannot quite place it yet. So Charlie wants to leave a campus. The girl Maddie, whom she used to share a room with, was killed 2 months ago, and Charlie is just not really able to move on, and she just wants to go back home and leave everything behind. So before everybody goes back home for Christmas, she wants to find somebody that's gonna drive with her, and finds a driver buddy or a partner buddy for driving. And it is this guy that she's never met before called Josh, and he looks normal. So she decides to take a ride with him back home. And of course, a lot of things go through her mind, you know, like you should be careful with strangers, you should never go alone in the dark, all of these things that we're being told. So she decides to take Josh's offer since he's leaving right away, and that's what she wants as well. So she packs all her things, not really considering on going back to campus, and steps into the car with him at night to drive back home. And it kind of presents this question of strangers, and can you really trust strangers? And also, when you don't know someone, you can present yourself to them however you want to. You can decide to lie, you can decide to omit information. You get like a brand new start with someone, so you can kind of shape that relationship differently. It's really interesting. And of course, they don't know each other. Charlie doesn't know Josh. Josh doesn't really know Charlie. And so at the beginning, you know, of course, we're going to get some small talk and stuff like that. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. And they're talking a lot about movies because Charlie is studying film. And she knows all of these quotes of movies and all the movies she loves. And she's seen Jaws 20 times. And I, of course, also really love that aspect of the book because, in case you haven't realized, I really love movies as well. And cinema has always been a big passion of mine, so I'm really loving this. And yeah, really excited, and also brought back memories because I did once also use these services for sharing cars when I wanted to save some money and I had to travel from one city to another one. I remember one time I had booked a place in a car with other people to drive back home, and the guy showed up, the driver, and he said the other guys had canceled. And so it was a weird feeling for a second because you're like, oh, so you mean everybody canceled and I'm your only passenger now, so we have to drive alone at night back home? So I was kind of in the same scenario here, and it was a little bit unsettling, but I did end up going into the car and we ended up having a good conversation and stuff. But it is weird, like stepping into someone's car that you've never met before and let him drive you home in the middle of the night, especially after saying that, you know, the other people that were supposed to be passengers in the car had canceled, so you were the only one. It was kind of weird, but then he turned out to be like the nicest guy. Like, you never know, but it is this feeling, this thing that we have, that we definitely should not trust strangers. I'm not saying people get into strangers' cars but you know, it's a really interesting thing, and it reminded me of back in the day when I had to kind of relay into this kind of services to travel from one city to the next and be able to afford it. Update before I take a break. So I have been reading until page 112, and what I can tell you is that Riley Sager just really keeps you at the edge of your seat throughout the whole story, because from page 60 the tension has been building up to the point where it's nearly impossible now to put the book down. And I absolutely love that. Of course, that's what you want from a good thriller. So we're getting to know a little bit more about Charlie, and we get to see some flashbacks to her relationship with Maddie. We also learn more about her, and that she sometimes kind of drifts off in kind of a dream and kind of checks out from reality sometimes and imagines her own movies. It's really interesting to get to know her in this specific scenario, because, you know, being in a car with a stranger is also a weird place to get to know a character, I guess. But I think that Riley Sager is being really smart, and most of the book probably is going to take place in this car. And he's being so smart about the conversations that they have, and there are some things that are being hinted or revealed through conversations, and it's just done so well. I'm just living for this book. We're getting so many questions thrown at us as readers, or things that I question about these characters, about the story, about things that have happened, about what's to come. We still have so many questions that are unanswered, and I think that's why you really want to keep on reading his thrillers, because there's always something that you need to know more about, even though he does give you little twists and turns here and there just to keep you really dropping your jaw sometimes. Also, I love that this book is based on the 19s, so we don't have characters with like cell phones. There's not even a clock, I think, on the car. Like, everything is more old school, so there are certain things that are helping a lot with the tension, because you know that these two strangers are trapped in this car and they don't really have any way to asking for help, contacting the outside world, googling anything, all of those things that add so much more tension to a movie. That's what I absolutely love older movies, because all of this new technology and all of those elements are taken away, and I think that's part of why I really like stories that are based in the past more than contemporary stuff. And I absolutely love that Riley Sager gives you like little twists and turns here and there, so that you keep being surprised about the story. It's just so interesting to me. I'm really excited about this one. I really hope that this one is gonna be so good. So far, up to date, my favorite Riley Sager book has been Lock Every Door. Will this one be better? We will see, but so far it's really starting amazing for me. Also, all the movie references and all of that, of course, that is something that I personally absolutely love. So that's the update for now. I'm really hooked. I want to keep reading, but I have to do adulting things right now. Get things fixed in the apartment, prepare things for the week, all of that good stuff. And I'll keep reading later, but I'm off to a good start. I've already read 33% of the book today so far, so it's pretty good and I'm really enjoying it. Let's check on my old boy, since he keeps me awake all night. This is how I find him now. Nice, thank you, sir. Honey, are you okay? Yeah, hi, hello. Why can't you do this when mommy is sleeping? That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, you're playing sweet now. And you're turning into a devil in the middle of the night. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, hello guys. It is Monday morning. And I didn't read way too much more yesterday. Today is a working day, so I have worked for 4 hours and now I'm taking my break. I have to go pick up medication for one of my cats, and then I'm gonna go straight to the gym, because today we're gonna train shoulders and triceps. It's one of my absolute favorite things. Those are two of my favorite muscle groups, so today it's going to be a good day. Yeah, so we're gonna do that and I'll catch up with you guys later. Sadly, I cannot really film on my gym because it's a very open space and there's normally quite some people, especially since they've reopened. And so yeah, I don't want to bother people recording, and it's always very full, so I don't feel so comfortable. But yeah, we're gonna go to the gym, and then I will work for 4 more hours, and I can finally catch up with some reading. And Lilith have been chilling on the couch. Yeah, I know, honey. You're too soft, you're too small, you're too cute. It's not fair. It's not fair. So I have been reading, and we are currently in page 196, so we're getting to the end. And honestly, this might end up being my favorite. This might end up winning over Lock Every Door if it keeps going in the direction that it's going, because it's just written so well, so fantastic. I mean, one of my favorite authors when it comes to thrillers, for sure. I'm so glad that I discovered him. For the first half of the book, you are listening to the story only from Charlie's perspective, and this is the part where the reader is mostly in the dark. We don't have all the information. We do get, you know, a little bits here and there, but for the most part we're still trying to figure out what's real, what's not, who is the good one, who is the evil one in this game. And I love that we're still left with so many questions. In the second part of the book, we get to hear the story from other characters as well, and not just from Charlie's perspective. And so far, even though we haven't had many different characters in the book, each single one of them is just so well crafted. They just feel so real, which is also part of why I really like Riley Sager's writing. And something that he wrote, I was really happy to see in this book, and it is a commentary on how sometimes, you know, this book is about a serial killer that has killed women in campus in the past. And I like that the author comments how we are teaching women to defend themselves, you know, to go to self-defense class, to get a pepper spray and carry it with them. So we're basically telling them that this is something unavoidable, it's gonna happen, and we are mostly always blaming the victims of sexual assault, or, you know, in this case, murder. And how we should actually take a look at the education that we're giving to our children, and how we are raising up our men. And I love to see that social commentary, obviously coming from a man writing a book about a serial killer that targets young women. So yeah, really loving it. And right now I'm gonna take a break from reading, because hopefully next weekend I'm gonna be able to watch the last Purge movie. So this week I am going to be rewatching the whole franchise to get ready for that final movie. So today I will be watching the original Purge movie. I haven't watched it in a while, and yeah, really excited to revisit the franchise. I absolutely love it. And after that, I'll probably try to read again until I fall asleep tonight. We are currently in the kitchen making coffee because I'm gonna need some fuel for the gym today. I'm really happy, honestly, you guys, that I'm able to go back to lifting weights, and I'm gonna try to deadlift again after so long of not doing that list, so I'm gonna have to be careful not to injure myself. But I'm super excited, and let's talk books. That's why you're all here. So last night I kept reading from Survive the Night, and I have to tell you guys, it's getting so good. It's like I haven't finished the book and I already want to reread it. Is that weird? Maybe. Also, I got an idea for a video from the book. I'm just loving it so much. I don't know, it's giving me so many vibes from other thrillers that have been my favorite thrillers, and this, like I said, will potentially take the first place on my Riley Sager book ranking. So will this be also on my list of best books of 2021 when it comes to releases? Maybe, potentially. Also, I cannot really tell you much more at this point about the plot or the book. I've been mostly talking vaguely about the situation, about some themes, but of course we're getting to the point where I am 226 pages in, and there is not more I can tell you because everything is spoiler territory. But I'm just loving it so much. Let's get that nice coffee going. I'm gonna need for my pump of the gym. Just get it all there. Get it all there. I need my coffee. Alright, you guys, I'm here with my final thoughts on the book. I was editing the vlog so that I could upload it today, and I realized it was already so long because I don't know why, I just talk too much about the book, even though it's completely spoiler free. I have left out so many things. It is really just the little tip of the iceberg. There is so much to discover in this book. So all I'm gonna tell you is get this book, buy this book, consume this book, give this book 5 coffee mugs like I'm going to do, because this was perfection. Loved it. And Riley Sager, it's just such a master of when you think you have things figured out, something else comes around the corner. There's always multiple twists and turns to his story, and honestly I only saw one little thing coming and the rest I didn't see it. And that's also part of why I really love his thrillers. Some thrillers, you're reading them and you kind of already know what's going to happen, or you kind of see things unravel earlier on. With Riley Sager, it's just like bam on your face, you know, like you're like, what just happened to me? What just happened to me? And that's what I really love about his thrillers, to be honest. And this one, it just got better and better, and yeah, absolutely love it. Plus the way it's written, it's so beautiful. It has so many cool, nice messages, all the movie references. I'm sold, you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading vlog. I have to get used to vlogging again after being a hermit and living in the dark for 3 weeks and not really vlogging anything at all. So if you have not checked out Riley Sager yet, I would really recommend you to pick up any of his 5 novels. For me, the 2 favorite ones are, of course, Lock Every Door and Survive the Night. These are now my 2 favorite from the 5 that he has published. And yeah, I'm just really excited also for our next reading vlog, because it's going to be the new Grady Hendrix book. So I'll get to that one as soon as the book gets delivered this Thursday. I'm really excited to see what I think about that one, because people say it's very different from his other books. So we will find out together. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching, and I hope to see you all guys either in my next video or our next vlog. Bye!